All right, guys, welcome to the podcast.
What's up?
I think he just got crop dusted.
Is it raising it? Oh yeah, I actually got cropped up. It would be revenge though, to be fair.
Cropped up.
Welcome to Raising NA episode. Is it?
Wow, they are all wrong. Each and every single one of those lower thirds.
go.
You guys sat in the. Let's do that again. The worst possible orientation.
I'm joking.
Every
now.
single one of you is wrong.
Wait. Well, you know the funny thing is we're all shifted to the right, and then we did like musical chairs.
True.
You know, so.
I mean, it's just the vibe on the podcast where we can get comfy enough with each other, where we can have pizza on the couch and swap seats.
I mean, I don't mind
chill.
being APA winner of Champions Q season 3.
Spring 2023.
Pretty big. All right, so
Says it right there.
welcome to the podcast, Mr. APA, Ian.
Yo.
Thanks for joining us. Second reoccurring guest, by the way, next to Kangas.
Second?
Yeah,
Kangas, yeah.
next to Kangas. Unless we're gonna count producer Manny, but I feel like that's fine.
I've only made it to the couch one time, so it like
That's
I don't
Twice,
think it really counts.
tenacity take,
Oh, that's true. Okay,
Yes.
tenacity take and this.
and you know what? You're gonna make it to the couch for a third time today. But first off, APA, thank you for gracing us with the presence of the Champions Q trophy and yourself. This thing is a behemoth, honestly.
It's actually heavy, yeah.
We had to put it in my trunk, and we
Yeah.
had to divvy it up.
Are we gonna turn it on now?
I will go turn this on.
It does light up pretty sick.
It is pretty cool. Yeah, give it a sec.
Well, this happens. Mark, can you fix that camera shot?
This one?
Yeah.
I want to
Put
see
it
it.
on my feet.
I'm not gonna show you. It's too bad.
It does light up pretty sick.
Woo! Yeah.
Look at that.
All right, Manny. I need to see. I want to see what that shot looks like and why it looks so horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh, oh! It is a little bit blurry. Let me fix the focus.
I'm told it's all about the souls.
Or it's too early for some feet jokes.
And that's the start of the podcast. We're just fixing cameras and showing off lights, and yeah, we're not gonna leave that on the entire time. I feel like it's a bit distracting.
I feel like you omitted something in that list. I feel like you omitted something in that list.
I did, but you know, I'm gonna be on the team today. So,
Alright.
but yeah, it's good to have you, APA.
Of course.
You are 15-3. We were just talking.
Fun fact: that is the same record that Team Liquid Academy had last summer in their insano split.
They lost more games in the second round robin.
I don't know. They were 15-3 as of the first round robin.
Wow. Because I thought they played better second round robin. Because Armeo was like dumping on everyone.
Yeah, so 15-3 first half, 14-4 back half.
I guess the teams like got better, maybe,
Right?
probably.
Makes sense. Like, you can only... I feel like we're bringing up the level of play.
I feel like teams have been playing better this week compared to the last 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's warranted. But
I think as the split goes on, especially teams will just start, like, the synergy and cohesion will be better. We'll just play slightly better as each week goes on.
yeah,
He's sat down over here.
he's just decided to nom on a bonus piece.
He's already off the team, guys. It's terrible.
It did not take long.
But he was off the team before the podcast started.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I mean, he's not,
Bye, Mark.
Mark, how many drinks have you had? Show of fingers?
he's nomming on pizza right now. So
Are you about to flip us off?
No.
Okay.
It's like 1 or 2. It's like 1.5.
that answer is just off
he
the
still
team
hasn't finished
material.
that?
No. All right. Well, this is terrible.
All right, we got to get back on track before we get off track later in the episode.
I mean, I feel like Josh is on the team by actually taking one for the team here.
Is it strong?
Not that strong.
Because he made me the same one.
Yeah. No, Mark is just like the lightest weight you've ever met.
Yeah.
Yeah, beat down in the chat. He did not have an edible. He had a beer.
Half tequila sunrise. Half tequila sunrise.
He
Wait,
had
he also had a beer?
and half a tequila sunrise.
I'm still working on it.
He has not finished the
It's like
beer.
halfway through.
Or is it? Have you finished the beer or the tequila sunrise? Okay, he's not finished the tequila sunrise. You're not mic'd currently, so I'm kind
Yeah,
of
there's a mic waiting for you when you'd like to be back on the team, Raafaa.
Yeah, whenever you want to continue the tequila. Sunrise.
I mean, I feel like we could dive into some League of Legends talk right
We
now.
could. I mean, it honestly would make sense. I feel like some of our best podcasts happen when Mark is like, it is time for me to spend an hour making a drink. And we just like chirp at him across the room and he can't respond.
So you're just saying that this podcast is the best when Mark's not on it?
Coming from the guy that wasn't on it last week.
Yeah,
I showed up.
that's a good point. Actually, I think this podcast is the best when I'm on the couch, personally.
That's true. That's true. Did we get producer Mark today?
And then we get a 40-minute Pixar conversation. It's great.
That was actually pretty fun. We got pretty off the rails last week. But yeah, we're going to stay on the rails this week. So 15-3,
Yeah, we're
NACL.
very on the rails.
What do you feel like the league's like this split, going from 16 teams to 10?
Mark, make me
Because
one of
I know
those
that, like,
with vodka.
we talked a lot about...
Make me one of those, but with vodka.
Hold on. We got an order? Okay.
Oh.
All right, we're going to...
At least he's standing up now, you know?
They're
yeah,
putting
I
in the
mean,
work. Look at this.
I love this for Josh, personally.
He's actively making this drink.
Yeah, we're going to put Mark to work. All right, well...
But to answer your question, I think
Yeah, what's going on with challenges this year?
I feel like the quality is just or not quality. The level of play is just lower. Like
Okay.
I think a lot of the academy teams did just drive up the quality, and then since quite literally 7 of them were shot, and then it was very hard for a lot of those players to find teams. Like the quality is just lower.
Okay.
How does that feel to be the king of the wasteland?
I'm a crown to show.
Let's fucking go. Yeah, because we were definitely talking about how, in particular, it feels like top lane first and then probably mid lane lost a lot of these strong players that
Yeah.
were playing in spring.
It's what Diplex, Insanity, Copy. Who else am I missing that left? Like,
Technically, MNS too, in a way.
Sure.
like
In a way, yeah.
But yeah, like those 3 guys were definitely my biggest competition, I feel like. And
Yeah.
then, they're no longer in the scene.
Even
I
like,
feel even some of the people that are left are not playing to
Pretty.
the same level that they were in spring. Pretty.
yeah,
one.
he
Yeah,
also
pretty
got-
also left, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't feel like not Sligo. Sligo has not been playing. Spyrex has not been playing quite as well as he did in spring. I feel.
Yeah, I think he had a rough start. I know he did take a break due to circumstances.
Understandable.
But yeah, I know he took a break and then unexpectedly came back.
Oh, unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly.
Oh. I feel like there's a story there that we're not allowed to know.
Just unexpectedly came back, was not playing the game.
Fair. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it definitely feels as though you've kind of been like head and shoulders above the rest of the competition this split.
I think there's a few mids that have not been bad. Like, I
Yeah.
think Soligo
He's been good.
in the
yeah.
wildcard series.
Yeah. Sligo's playing well.
I think Onat played well in the series versus me, but I think I played very, very poorly in that series.
Yeah, that's probably the worst I've seen you bodied outside of scrims.
Yeah.
I
I did not play that well.
I will say that I thought Onat didn't do well the first week, and I think the last 2 weeks he's been much better. Like first week, it was like, ooh, this is gonna be like a raw split for Taco. But yeah, I think he's him and Lunasia both for me have leveled up a little bit in that team, and that's kind of why they're finding more wins here. It's been nice.
Yeah, other than those 2 guys, it's like I don't think too highly of the next players. I don't think any of them are terrible. Just nothing like I don't feel challenged in a sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So for you then, like, how's that kind of change like your practice this split? Because I know like last split you had Champs Q, obviously once in a while you find an LCS scrim, but you had more challengers teams to face. Now every once in a while I hope you're finding a couple more LCS scrims, given that you are top of the table with challengers. But like, how have you kind of had to close the gap or like fight around the fact there are just less quality mids that are just in the space right now?
Well, it's mostly just in practice. We just focus on team related stuff. Like for the first week or so, we were just basing our playoff tempo. Now it's been a lot of like, how do we actually want to fight, and then like execute on that.
There's this guy in chat that said APA has been terrible. IMO, his name is Spawn the Caster.
I mean, we can't gas up his ego too much, you know?
True.
Yeah.
Fair.
Not Spawn the coach, Spawn the Caster.
Like
Oh, they are different people. That is true.
true. I think a lot of the stuff has just been focused on like team related stuff.
Yeah.
To be honest, in scrims, like all of us are kind of winning our lanes pretty frequently. So it's like it's less of like how hard can we stomp a game through just pure finger gapping versus like, hey, we're gonna fight every objective, and then talk about every fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is already a very chaotic episode.
it is. How much? Because I know who was the other coach? Someone's coach was saying, yeah, just take every fight if you think it looks good, and you'll learn if you're wrong.
Well-
I mean, how much did that relate to like the way that Spawn coaches you guys?
I mean, we definitely talk about fights a decent amount, but he more so just in a sense like whips us about like how we prep the fight and how we get into the fight.
Yeah,
Less so of like, the micro of, hey, I played, I missed Ari Charm or Bradley missed, Scion Q or like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's more so just like, how are we starting this fight? Where are we coming from? How does our tempo look getting into the fight? Do we care about waves? Are we trading or not? Stuff like that.
yeah. No, I actually, Matt and I had a bit of a disagreement about one of your recent games.
Ah, yes.
So this one was really interesting. Game 1 of you guys versus Wildcard.
Okay.
Okay. I made the claim that I think Team Liquid Challengers is the only team good enough to consistently win that game against Wildcard.
Well,
It was the
They had-
Casio
yes,
draft.
Yeah,
Fiora,
the
they had
Fiora,
Fiora,
they had
Ivern,
Jace and
Jace,
Kaisa.
Kaisa,
Ivern. Yeah.
Um,
And the reason why I was so impressed by your guys' play compared to other teams is you guys took effectively 0 poke before every fight against Jace, AP, Kaisa.
yeah. I do agree that comp was very hard to face against, but I think they lost their foothold because they actually couldn't fight us because we
Yeah.
didn't have signed. I think they lost their foothold when I started to match Zumudo in the side lane.
Yeah.
Because once he died bot lane at like Krugbush, at before the 3rd dragon fight, if I recall, that's when I think they lost the game. Because then you can no longer side lane for me for the rest of the game,
Yeah.
and then we're just winning fights on every objective. So they can't win side lane, they can't team fight. What did they do? They're just slowly losing out.
Yeah, my response to Josh was like, I gave other teams in our league a little bit more credit than that, pretty much. But for me, I thought that like you guys had the tools to force fights consistently and get out of the poke. I thought that Wildcard, a lot of their setups, they set up through bot. And if you're going to play a poke comp, I'd much rather set that up through mid. So I feel like the way the terrain works, you have a lot more ways to defend yourself. Whereas bot, you're going to be river v river, and then you give yourselves like the above and below to get flanked. So if they actually set that up through mid, they can always go back to tower and be okay. So I thought that was like kind of where
What
their
was
mess
Mira on
was.
that game? It was on Vi, right?
Yes, Vi.
Yeah, I mean, it was Vi Scion, so you can always
Yeah,
just press
we
R
signed
and go.
Vi, Casio, probably Aphelios, honestly, because Arrow's played a billion Aphelios games. And
I've been a little, ever so slightly malding that Arrow just keeps on getting Aphelios.
oh yeah, he
I
just
feel
keeps
like
1v9 on that champ.
Ever
No one
since
bans it.
Aphelios came out, like it's always been like when Arrow was on Wildcard, it was like you cannot let this guy have Aphelios. And like when he was on IMT, it's like wow, whenever he gets Aphelios, like he looks good. And now it's like holy cow, whenever he gets Aphelios, and he's really good.
He's just 1v9 on Aphelios, and then every game he gets it somehow, and then continues to 1v9.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Raafaa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How's your drink, Josh?
It's tasty. I'm glad I requested the vodka instead of the tequila.
I'm happy that you enjoy it.
Thank you.
Wow.
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was an interesting game. I think that Wildcard's definitely a team that I know that you actually think pretty highly of, Ian. And
Yeah.
it's definitely been a team where I think a lot of people had them like middle of the standings, but not everyone had them leveling up as much as I feel like they really have this split. Especially, I want to give a lot of credit to Donbre for stepping in. I think that like he stepped in, and you would have never believed that this guy wasn't screwing with the team from day one. The way that him and Lens have been
I
playing.
mean, to be fair, they did say that between spring and summer, they started screwing with Dombre as an expected replacement for Isles, and Duo King stepping in was a last-minute replacement.
Yeah.
They have been screaming with him for longer than people realize.
Yeah, but like I think it was a fun series, even though you guys got a 2-0. Like, and they're definitely a
Oh,
team.
that series was close.
Yeah, there's like definitely a team that's surprising some people. Like, what's your read on them? Because you played them this past week and actually face them again this next week.
I think they are the second best team.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's like there's us, and then I think there's a clump of DSG, FlyQuest, Wildcard,
Yeah.
and I think Wildcard currently is leading that pack.
Okay.
Cool.
Any reason as to why? Whether it's individual team or like why, I don't know, you just kind of give them a lot of credit.
I feel like their laners are just strong, and I think Keel's
Okay.
just been having pretty good tournament so far.
Keel's been playing really well.
Yeah.
I think he got a lot more due this past week, but yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of it. I think their laners is just good. Like Zamudo, Soligo, Lens, Dombre are just playing lanes well, and then Keel's finding big leads in the jungle. Like in the first game in that series, he got every Grand Prix spawn we talked about, and like that's just insane. Mir just doesn't get a Gromp in the first game.
True. I remember watching that, just like constantly Bradley just being in a really rough position because he just didn't have a lot of pressure from Mir. But the thing that also impressed me was that Bradley just kind of manhandled Zamudo that series. Oh, okay, not in game 1, but in game 2, right? Because in game 1 he was playing the Sion Fiora.
What was game 2? The matchup? I know I was on the Blanc.
Yeah, you and Mir just took over everything. Zamudo was playing Poppy. Cassante Poppy?
Renekton Poppy.
Renekton Poppy, that's it.
Yes.
Oh, that was actually the game where I was pinging Keel, like, why was it Divine Sunder or Poppy and Sunfire Malachi and not, like, vice versa?
Yeah.
Um,
I think the only reason he was relevant that game was because I donated like 1,000 gold to him top lane. I like greeted a tier 2 turret and I thought I could kill him.
Oh,
his buckler whacked me for like 300 damage.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm
got
dead.
really lucky that that was not on camera when
Yeah.
it was happening.
That was not on like the Jace
everything was happening.
Or I forget their ADC that game, but it was not on Lens.
Yeah.
It was on the like 03 Poppy.
Yeah. Suddenly he gets to play again.
Yeah.
That was funny.
I died and I said, I went, wow, I'm such a pig. That was like verbatim comms.
Speaking of some of the games last week, we actually do have at least there were 2 games that for Monday was. Do you have any words to describe Monday's broadcast, Josh?
Yeah, it was awesome. So, okay, so for context,
You wouldn't say like hot,
It was awesome.
it was awesome.
fiery.
Fiery. Oh, yeah. So we'll get
Coffee.
into it. I do actually want to set up how it all started because the day started with Sierra. Her fire alarm started going off like before the broadcast started, and she messages us all and says, "Guys, my carbon monoxide alarm is going off. I'm going outside, and Josh, you should go wake up Matt in case I'm not able to come back, so you can take over my spot." Then the broadcast starts. She gets back on. But her internet is so bad between games 1 and 2 that she can't do the halftime show, like the between games, and we can't
like
do the post.
tarot card. That
Yeah, and we can't do the interview either because her internet is just that bad.
Okay.
Then, during the middle of game 3, I disconnect. So it's Team Fish Taco versus AOE, and AOE is up like 12,000 gold, and Team Fish Taco are still somehow winning fights consecutively. I disconnect in the middle of those fights, so I don't know what's going on during the fights at all. I come back, we close out the game, and then I ask during the tarot reading, Sierra, who's going to be the next person to disconnect? Turns out it was me in that segment. Like, as Lennon pulls out the tarot cards to figure out what the answer was, I disconnect and can't see anything at all. And then the internet died. Monkey Bubble, the guys who have like the actual like broadcast there,
server?
yeah, the server for the broadcast, they just go down and
The
don't
worst.
come back for the
worst.
rest of the day. And
pretty tough.
that's what happened. I don't know what the LCS Challengers stream was like, but the Path to LCS stream was hilarious because we're just like, what do we do? We're down a person. We're down half another person.
that stream went down too because it was ISP
Yeah.
issues. Yeah.
But from what I heard from Kangas and Beatdown is that it was absolute chaos over there as well because they just had no idea what was going on. It was just a really loopy day. But anyway, what ends up happening at the end is that we have to record game 2 of AOE Team Fish Taco as a VOD. And then from what I understand, your games were also not streamed. And
Yeah,
then
they
some
were.
other games also had
I
to
think
be...
the Maryville FlyQuest game 2.
Yeah, Maryville FlyQuest.
I think game
had
1
to
was
be
streamed.
redone. Yeah, but it was a very wacky day, just like all over the place. As things just went down.
I just remember Josh coming to my room and him going, so, and him telling me all of this, and I was like, so are you guys done? And he's like, nope. He walked on over. back to his room.
4 p.m. clock out.
It was a good moment from the team because everyone banded together to cast the VoDs.
Yeah, we also played Jackbox.
I saw the VOD of the Fit Jackbox. That looked like a lit game.
But we also, because not a lot of people saw those games, including yours, as it was you versus EG. Fun fact, the only matchup in Challengers where you play on the LA servers, so low ping environment. I don't know if you
I-
Fly?
Well, yeah, FlyQuest likes to play on Chicago for
Oh,
Faisal,
okay.
I believe.
Fair.
But we're actually going to pull up those VoDs, and you can quickly help us skim through.
Yeah, of course.
So we're going to start with game 1. I believe this was the game that you guys dubbed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let's see what we got. So draft. This is fun.
Yeah, real quick before we get into it, anybody who's audio only, get shit on.
You can find the podcast on YouTube, which is the polite way to put that. But
Nope.
Also, real quick, this was the official tweet
Oh, yeah.
from Rally Cry about what happened. How accurate was this?
Can I
No.
do a dramatic reading of it,
Okay,
Manny,
yes.
for our audio only broadcast?
Of course, be as dramatic as you want.
Okay. Sorry. A team member spilled coffee over main desktop, causing it to
You
catch.
need to be more dramatic. Where's your energy?
Sorry, a team member spilled coffee over main desktop, causing it to catch fire. The firemen are on their way, and as soon as the flames are reasonably, I'm getting dyslexia in the middle of this reading,
I don't think
reasonably
that's what it
controlled,
said.
we can resume the review. What? Dude, I'm getting dyslexia! Ah!
All the drama went out of this and was replaced.
We can resume the show. Not to mention that someone stumbled over the cables too before the above happened.
I need you to zoom in, bro. This is not good.
Bro, I need you to look at it with your eyes.
It with my eyes, and the words are starting to blend in together.
Raising NA needs to invest in a telestrator.
I think
for
you
Raafaa.
guys just need an
man's
even.
spoiled.
You know what? Actually, here, hang on. Let me just real quick. This is how big the TV is. It's really gigantic. Like, I'm gonna get the infinite loop.
What?
But
What?
the
What? The
text-
F two Manny's?
Text is so small, man.
I can read
The
this just
screen
fine.
is so big. So
I mean,
it's really not.
I
that-
can read all of it with my 1320 supervision, but that's fine. Moving on, we do have a couple games.
From what I understand, by the way, Rally Cry was not literally on fire.
Yeah, that was a meme tweet.
Yeah.
But all right, so we got game 1 draft. Oh wow, look, APA is playing Cassio and Ari. We've never seen
Wow.
this
Oh
before.
shit! Hang
Wow.
on. Let me hide.
You know,
let me
I
hide our
actually
little
played a
pips
game
so
of
we can see the
Cassiopeia
photo.
myself into Yone. I
How'd
got
that go?
well. I got
You got
shit on.
fucking destroyed.
And then late game, when I hit 3 items, I was like, "Wait, I'm God.
How did you get shit on? That matchup's super easy.
I'm bad, APA."
Yeah, but like,
I was gonna say this
you can
man
land
gets
one spell.
this man gets flamed on Twitter by Azael on the reg. For
Well, I
losing
mean,
games.
first off, he's playing mid, so that's and it's not Yasuo, so that's the problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
The other big thing, Mark, who was the MVP of that game?
Joshi.
No. They had a Mordekaiser on their team that was
Oh,
down 100
true.
CS at 10 minutes.
All right.
10 minutes.
It was like 15, but still.
Any thoughts on the draft?
Yeah, so you guys went Cassante into Jax, which I mean is a handshake that a lot of sides. I assume that's just the tank that you wanted to go with, and Malphite
Yep.
was banned.
Uh,
So yeah,
yeah. I think the way Bradley sees it is that if Cassante gets ahead,
Have
he
the
runs over Jax.
technology.
yeah,
And then generally I have mid control.
yeah.
This almost looks like
So-
we planned to do it.
Generally kind of easy to get ahead.
Okay. So Ezreal pick. I think I like King's Ezreal. I don't know if Ezreal does enough damage. I know Zaya was taken away. It's like, I feel like you want to get resets for Viego.
Well, I think if he goes any other ADC,
It's
he
hard.
will die a lot.
It's hard. I think Blitz on B3 is the because I actually think that if you blind top on 3, you could find Lucian Nami in the back half, or like Lucian Milio, and it's actually kind of playable. You'd still get fisted by Vi, but at least like you'd have damage to follow up to get Ari Viego resets. So, okay. Ezreal Blitz is a weird thing, but all right. Any parts of the game that are particularly interesting to you, Manny? If you just like want to start 2xing or 3xing this,
Like
we just zoom through.
6 minutes, my first blood kill.
Oh, we're going right to the solo kills. All right.
I'm gonna do.
If you hold D or press D a couple times on my computer, yeah, it speeds it up.
How do you slow it down again?
S and R. S is to go down 0.25, and then R is to reset it.
I would like to point out the Cubby's D is speeding up.
Thank you.
Yep.
We can see the setup here, I guess. Well, eventually.
Oh, I can't see minimap. That's a tilter.
Oh shit! We'll I'll move this thing to the other.
Wait,
side.
did
We gotta stop people from ghosting us.
You TP back and solo killed him around 6 minutes, or did he TP back
There
first?
we go.
He TV's back here.
Okay.
The wave stays on this.
All right. So it's top to bot for each jungler. Yeah, I feel like if it's matching paths, then you guys probably win bot fight here.
It was not. Well, it was not really that much of a fight. Because he takes this really bad chunk, loses ulti. And what happens is I'm trying to bait out his charm. And the instant he charms, he misses it. And I just flash W him.
Okay.
And then he flashes air. Which I found very funny.
Oh,
The
yeah.
air
All right.
flash.
That's oops. You call it the air flash?
The air flash.
Is it like an air ball?
Oh, he just flashed nothing.
Yeah, so it's like an air ball.
Yeah.
It's the air flash. Nice. I tied it to traditional sports, that's the important part, right?
Real quick, what are the kids saying these days in comms? So flashing air, that's one.
Well,
Oh yeah, we got to catch up on the scrim lingo. Any other phrases you guys liking right now that are appropriate? As I assume all of them
that
are.
are appropriate.
As I assume all of them are.
Those sound like two different things. From my experiences playing competitive.
As I assume all of them are.
I mean, we don't really have too many phrases. Like we kind of meme each other a lot. Like
Yeah.
if we have like a really good team fight, but only one person would die, we'll say like no one important died.
Yeah, no, yeah, I like that. I like that one.
Classic.
I like that one.
Is the important one gone, or the one that should not be named gone?
What?
The H mode gone?
Oh God, no, that was never in scrims. That was Thanos always, my friend.
As always, Thanos. Yeah.
It was always Thanos.
Is Jover common, or is it just something Mark says?
No, Jover.
It's common with others.
Jover's common because of JoJo, and then also it's.
I know we have this fight here. Kim plays it really well in my mind.
Oh, that was actually really well done from Kim.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kim played it well.
I
Me and Arrow kind of pussy out. I feel like we could have won this, but
Any other parts of this fight or this game that were interesting? Because right now it seems like you guys are up 1K gold, and I'm looking at the drafts, and I don't know
this
how EG
game
win.
is very slow.
I don't know how EG win from here. Besides Soul going like 8 or
He doesn't. This game is just very slow. We just hit dragons, hit Rift Heralds. There's really not another fight for the next 10 minutes. I won't lie to you.
yeah, unless Soul just absolutely absolutely goes ham in a side. I feel like that's the only way they can come back. And even then, Cassio wins inside against Jax.
Yep. I think the next fight's soon for third dragon. We get 2 kills.
Oh my God, Shade and an AP are both 2-0. They're so good.
Where are the dragon timers on?
It's a VOD, so they didn't.
Oh,
yeah.
I see. Right.
Oh, good engage from Kim.
Yeah, Kim smurfed this game, honestly.
Yeah, no, that's really good from Kim.
Got the rel seal of approval. I enjoy that.
Yeah, fun fact, our producer Manny is indeed a rel main.
Spawn was yelling at me and Bradley for this because we're doing 2 plays at once. We're trying to
Oh,
kill
yeah.
dragon, and then me and Bradley are trying to kill
Yep.
Roma in the top lane.
Yep.
We end up killing him, but then, as you can see, some of our boys get run down.
Yeah, it opens up a play on this side of the map.
Yeah. I forget who died, but no one important died.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
So if that's Kim Down that dies. Do you guys ever say Kim Down? No.
No.
That shows.
Well, I think also
too
a
bad
lot
for
of us
everyone.
call him Ethan, his name. So.
Okay.
It always bothers me that his last name is Song, and he goes by Kim Down.
Yeah, that was a funny day when I learned that his name was
Yeah.
Ethan.
Ethan,
Because we're all just calling him Kim because I thought,
Yeah.
it's like a Danny situation, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his real name is Kyle.
Yeah. That's funny.
That was one of the craziest things I ever heard when I first found out. I was like, how is that possible?
Honestly, nothing else happens this game. We try to pull Baron a couple of times, and then I think I play the 4th dragon fight really well. I pick off Sheedan, and I kind of 1v3 their backline.
Do you want to skip ahead a couple minutes then?
It's
Manny?
pretty much just the next dragon.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go.
And then after that fight, we get Baron and just march down bot in the game.
Mark, I have a problem.
What's up? Oh,
There's a dragon spawning.
It's
soon.
just an ice cube.
Oh, there's teleport.
An orange cube.
Right.
I just run a cheat in here.
I feel like it's a unique angle from EG, but I think you just pick one. Okay, now that
is
that's
the orange
Spawn's
cube
bad.
good?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Well.
Yeah, and then Bradley clumps him up into miasma. Up GG.
Yeah. Okay, that was well done. I actually really like how your teammates played around miasma in this game. That
Yeah.
It's almost like you guys practice Casio. Who would have thought?
Wait, the guy who one tricks Casio in solo queue?
Yeah, it's not just you that's been practicing Casio. It's been the team practicing with Casio.
Weird.
Well, but
And the rest of this game, we just marched down by.
I will say
All right, are we done with this one then?
Yeah. Back in season 5 or 6, my collegiate team, we played a lot of Nautilus and Zach with Casio.
Oh, it's hot.
And it was
yeah.
old Zach where you could blob him back.
Like the vacuum.
Yeah, the vacuum into the miasma. And that shit
That
was
sounds insane.
hilarious.
That sounds like a terrible 2v2, but like, if you can get past the first 10 minutes of the game, that sounds insane.
Yeah.
It was 2016. We didn't care about 2v2s.
Okay. All right, so this draft. This is the game you guys dropped. You said was pretty close.
Yep.
More Blitzcrank for Smoothie. I think Smoothies has a winning win rate with Blitzcrank, but the fact they're picking an R3, I must say, is a little bit crazy to me.
His blitz was good this game.
Yeah, no, he's good at it, and I like the Everfrost build.
Is it ever worth it to pick it into Zyra Khan?
Yeah, you can R and cancel combos.
I guess so, but I just feel like Zaya ult is like so hard.
Also, I think your Power Fist can cancel Grand Entrance, kind of like how Leona Q works. If you walk up
I can
and
see it,
you do
yeah.
it before the W, you have to like do it while Rakan is traveling to where the W knockup goes.
Yeah, because it's uncancelable.
Yeah, it's not, like once. Well, it's cancelable like for part of it. Like once, yeah. The first half is cancelable.
Blitz has to be pretty close for that interaction to go off.
It does. That's why
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to do it with Leona. And
I'm
also a
surprised.
good Rakan will W not past you.
I'm just saying, like at this point, right? I mean, you've seen. I guess you've only seen the. No, you've seen the Zaya, the Rakan, and the Wukong. Like, what about that screams Blitzcrank? At least to me, it doesn't scream Blitzcrank.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's the fact you can buy Everfrost later.
Okay.
Smoothie really likes
But nothing. But smooth. Yeah,
Also,
EG's finding wins with this.
I'm surprised that you guys banned Aphelios here.
So I think what we thought is that we thought that they were just going to go full dive comp. That's what ended up happening. In
I mean,
ours.
they still end up going pretty full dive.
like somewhat. Like we were thinking like,
Yeah.
you know, like most teams are going like Vi, Rel, some melee top like Renekton, and then just like, yeah, just full stand. So
Yeah.
Zaya in those games is just perfect.
I do like that Varus is back right now. Because like whenever Varus is meta, like he's a good laner.
Yeah.
So like him, I favor him slightly in the Zaya lane, or quite a bit in the Zaya lane, slightly in the Aphelios lane. Like you can do good things. Like that does throw a nice wrinkle in the drafts at the moment.
This is also the static shift Varus.
Yep.
His AP.
Yep.
He's also just kind of a fun champion to watch usually because he has like a
I like
couple
Varus.
different viable builds.
Yeah, I like Varus.
He can do a lot of things in and outside of lane. He's fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, it looks like it's a classic comp you guys play. Your guys' mid game's good, and then Bradley's just on an island. So.
This game,
luck.
there was some fist fights in the early game.
Ooh. Where are we skipping to then?
Like 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Do we brawl?
Sheedon runs into our jungle, and we have a fist fight.
Press D a few times, Manny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're in Cubby VOD review mode.
I think he goes Krugs and then just runs straight into Mirror's Wolves, and they're a scuffle.
Did Mir denied? Did Mir get his Gromp? It looks like Mir went to contest the Gromp and got it. Because
don't-
Shaden's jungle is empty.
Probably. I don't recall. I know we just have a fight here. I grief my charm really hard. Ugh.
Ooh.
But we end up doing finer. I die, but
It's a good run
got
from
two kills.
Kim.
yeah.
Damn. I would be so pissed if I was Tommy.
Yeah, it's a tilter.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that was a good
Yeah, they played that well.
Lissandra W setup.
Just support gap.
Yeah. No, it was a good run from Kim.
And then I die on this bouncing wave. But honestly, it's unlucky.
Oh, okay. You went. Okay, so why Shiv Ari? I feel like is a choice. What made you go Shiv Ari this time, or like for this game?
Well, I talked about with Spawn. It was not the best build this game.
Okay.
Also, we ended up killing 2 people here because Arrow smurfed this.
Okay.
But I just went Shivari because I thought it was OP. I didn't put too much thought about it. And then
Nice.
I thought about it for the game. I'm like, wow, we can just never 2v2. Why did I go this build?
Yeah, that's So I think Shiv's being overbuilt right now. Like I detest Shiv Akali because I feel like if
Yeah.
you're picking Akali, like why would you not go proto belt? Because like
Yeah.
that's when you're strong as that champion, right?
That's literally how I explained to Spawn. I said, why are we picking Akali? To not be able to kill anybody.
Yeah. Same with Kennen. Like Shiv Kennen just blows my mind.
Yeah.
I just hear Static Shiv in my dreams now because I spent all last week editing that infomercial.
That is true. Yeah.
I still think that Shiv Kennen is good because you can pretend to be Pikachu.
True.
This is the type of high-level analysis that we expect on Raising NA.
I know we have this gank bot, and then we end up killing Roma mid.
But you guys are fisting.
Yeah, we start this game off really well, and then we have a couple fights where we just toss, and then the game is just tough because they have their comp's just good indoors. Like I think in like a minute or so we kill Roma.
Do you think Liss is the problem here, or like Liss Varus? Like you just get a first kill too fast as EG?
Well, we just want to dive in. And
Yeah.
they just have like Lissandra's just really good at disengaging,
Yeah.
and same as Varus. Like the Varus bird he went this game was just one shotting Bradley.
I mean, I really like the topside draft for EG because I feel like Liss plus Viego is good. And also Renekton plus Viego is good. Now you can't really move a Scion, but you can at least make plays.
Yeah, we end up killing Roma here. He kind of trolls walk forward.
Yeah. Hey, after the list changes, you heal now up to 50%. Did you see those?
I did see that.
What is
Use an
with the-
AoE slow now?
Yeah.
So what is with the loud emote spam? I've noticed this a couple times. Is this
They're Os boys.
okay? Got it. But loud is Brazilian team, no?
Don't worry about it.
And then I think the next fight, it's like 2 minutes or so. I think I TP bot lane because they were on our Krugs. And then this is when we toss.
Keep
Like,
going. As TP's
I think we went like 0 for 4 this fight. And they ended up rifting mid. And Roma and Sheetan got really fed off this.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have. I mean, if you TP bot now, I'm just gonna say that your Wukong's 302.
Yeah.
Every play should be made with Wukong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was around Mir.
Okay.
We just like, I honestly didn't watch the fight too closely. Like one of us surely fucked something up.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's like relatively soon. I drop a TP on like that bot lane bush ward.
Ooh.
It's a good chunk on Kim from EG.
Yeah, it is actually right here. And we like low-key tossed the game here.
You want to press R, Manny? While you're on this tab.
Oh.
It was die. It's
Yeah, you want to go back again?
Yeah. Like here?
Yeah, now we get to flame AP, I guess. Okay.
it's just really deep, to be honest.
Yeah, like Kim's already low.
Like I could have.
Yeah.
I tried to flash in to salvage it, and then I was into RL or Lysandra ultied.
Yeah.
Like it was just really deep. to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, Kim was already low.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
one of those ones
And
where
then
you
they end up
arrive
rifting
and you're
mid.
just
They
like,
have like a 1,000 gold lead. And then
Yep.
after that, we can just never ever fight 3-3, which is where we want to control the game with our champs. What I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of hard. So we're on the back foot for the next like good 30 minutes of this game. We do make a lot of good picks though. I think we were running them around the map.
Because like
Good picks.
at least with the Shiv build for you, you can force on side, but you're right, you can't play 3v3.
Yeah.
So it almost feels like you have to.
so this is one of those games where you get ahead early, you throw it, and then they get ahead, and you're like, all right, you get like a couple good picks, and you're like, all right, guys, when we just do this like 5 more times, we're like, we can make it, we can
We're
do
in
it.
the game.
Did,
All right, to
this
be
is-
honest, the mid game from behind, I think we actually played well.
Mhm.
It's just, it was just so hard to team fight. Like
This
we made
is-
4 or 5 picks.
This is one too for me. Like where this is the draft or game plan, then I would actually, I either want a Felios into Varus, or if I'm gonna play Xayah, I probably need to ban Varus. In hindsight,
Mhm, yeah.
because the goals of 3v3, like Varus could be so oppressive, like because he's gonna get ahead in lane in this matchup.
And then he always had move as well because he had the static shiv build.
Yeah,
So like every single timer, we're like, oh, I have mid shove, we can do this.
yeah,
And I was just like, yeah, sorry.
and he just
This guy's probably-
one taps someone. Yeah,
This guy's probably when he's hovering.
yeah,
Yeah.
So like picks like this, like
yeah.
we make a lot more picks. Is just, I think for second dragon fight or third dragon fight, we get rinsed again.
Do we want to maybe skip to one of those?
Oh, I also
As-
troll here. Goodbye.
Timing.
There's no alt. Yeah, I assume you just made the play top, so this shit was still
Yeah.
done. Yeah. So that's what we call the bonus wave. Finds another one, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're close to dragon.
Yeah. I think it's actually this fight. Like we go in, we just get fucking rinsed. And then we're kind of just on like stalling duty for the rest of the game.
I know we were talking about, obviously, you guys are having a really good split, but
Yep.
also we each feel like King's playing pretty well for EG. I know that we talked about that too today, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, this King guy 1v9 this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That fight was really rough because the setup was kind of all over the place. Like mirrors.
Brad the alt was kind of the Narnia.
Just-
It was a little deep.
I think he was trying to ER the Varus and burn Flash.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to do that against Blitzcrank because just die after.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like we're behind. We're gonna get an instant pick, or we're gonna lose the game here type of moment. Like,
A little bit. Okay.
And the rest of this game, we're just like, we can't really play through mid. We don't really win 2v2.
You guys
so,
can't. Yeah, you can't. You have to play through Ari's side at this
So
point.
we're just like the rest of this game, you're going to see stuff like this where we're just perma picking people.
I mean, this is good. Like, this is what you guys should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Soul should not TP in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually really lucky. I mean, like, that's a good play from you guys. Like, the play for you guys is play through Ari's side.
I think we pull Baron, we draw a line, and then we say we're turning on this line.
Yep.
We end up doing that in Soul.
Yep.
Goodbye, Soul.
Yeah, that's good.
Bradley gets hooked, dies, it's whatever.
No one important died.
No, everyone died.
Okay. All right. Anything else things like we're talking about or like going over? Like you want to see?
If you actually want to skip to the end, I do kind of want to talk about the end. It's like 37 minutes in the game. Because we do stall this game really long.
Oh, you got Chemtech Soul. That's lit. Who gives a shit about that?
Yeah. So what happens here, it's actually on this screenshot, is me and Mirror, this game's kind of fucked. We can't fight them. We say we're just going to desperation push bot lane.
That's 2 autos?
Yes.
What the fuck?
I rip.
Okay. You have Wish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Renekton TPs counters us. And then I think personally, a lot of us, including me, messed up this team fight.
Oh, I mean, that's a big start from Kim, but Arrow wasn't in range.
Oh, and then arrow goes so far forward. Yeah.
And
Okay.
then I honestly think if
Oh,
one
yeah,
person-
Mirror, Shade and
yeah.
Shade and the Ryan well played Mirror on the top side, too.
if one person does like one thing better each, we
It's
probably win this
playable.
fight, and then genuinely we win the game.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, this game's still close. Like,
And we lose the game here.
yeah, I mean, but like, you guys still took an hit off that. Is there a world where, like, if you stay, can you 1v1 the Lissandra?
Yeah, we actually talked about this.
Yeah.
Where
Soul's returning though, isn't he? He gets there in time.
we talked about how if me and Mir
Yeah,
both
but
have flash
Ari gets out.
on that timer, if we kind of just like just have really big balls and just flash on her instantly, there's like a small chance we kill him. And if we can kill him, we can 1v2 end the game. But it was like
If
desperate call.
if Liz doesn't have flash there, you can stick around because you can always like. She can't get in range of you to R if she doesn't have flash, right? And you're
Yeah.
Ari with R. I didn't see if she had flash or not for that.
I don't recall.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
The game was close.
yeah. I mean, like at least I'm interested to go through that one because it was a pretty close score line.
Yeah.
And I mean, it sounds like a fun game, at least.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those games where it's like, wow, we just can't fight.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens. That's like kind of my gripe right now with
The meta.
the Shiv. No, I think Shiv's being built too often.
Yeah. I
Like-
think if I went a normal build that game is a lot easier.
It's more playable for 3v3 at least.
yeah,
But
because I just do more damage.
Yeah.
like that build did give you something to play around later. It's just the question of like, I mean, you guys went way too deep in that mid fight, right? So like then
Yeah.
the question is like, if the bot TP fight doesn't go that sideways and you have the Shiv build, like how easy is it for you to play?
We can just run them around. Like I'd shove a deep side wave.
Yeah, like how easy
And then,
is it for you like play
Like, we
sides?
just
Yeah,
run through mid and then create number advantage fight.
yeah.
Can I tell you something, Ian?
Sure.
I was watching that VOD,
Okay.
and the entire time, I thought the Varus was a Kog'Maw.
What?
Are you up to 2 drinks?
Do you want some water?
You just hallucinating? Like, what is going on?
I probably should use some water.
Oh, we'll get producer Manny to go get.
There's some water right there that Josh hasn't had any of.
Thank
Just
you.
sacrifice it. Give it to him.
It's so far.
Are you really about to make me go 2 inch? There we go. All right.
All right, Mark. I have not touched this yet. If you just want this,
Okay.
Oh, yoink.
Yoink.
passing around.
Well, what other challenger stuff do you want to hit on before we start passing around this helmet for the next fun segment?
What else is there to talk about? I think the second place team, or like tied for second, the standings are really, really close.
Yeah, they are.
Put it there, Mark.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I'm sorry. I didn't know if you wanted it bad.
Like I think it's 11-7 for
murdered
wild
that
card and DSG, and then I think FlyQuest after their O2 is 10-8.
yeah.
So I think second place is really, really like tightly contended.
Yep.
You guys keep on putting a little bit of space between them, you know.
You
Little
guys have
bit.
like 4 games now,
bit.
right?
Yeah, we're 15-3.
Yeah.
I know that you said wild card you thought was the second best team.
Yeah.
Obviously Disguise is the one game like saying that like you guys dropped and like yeah we just like deserved the loss that like Disguise they beat us pretty good in that one. This is the first game of the split. What's are there any other teams you feel like could punch into that crew? Like I know Fear has had their struggles. Maryville, you're
I have a hot
old.
take
They got
about
hot.
The next one,
They're 9-9.
the next one is actually Maryville.
Yeah.
So, in
doing well.
scrims, we are kind of stomping every team.
Yeah.
Only team we have not stomped is Maryville.
Oh.
They wake up ready to play you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wake up. they're
Obviously, it's like kind of a vendetta against me because I'm really good friends with them.
like, yeah.
But genuinely, they're the only team we're not like 4-1ing or 5-0ing in scrims. They've like
Okay.
one scrim sets off us.
Wow.
And it's like, to a degree, it's us playing poorly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like, it speaks in and of itself for them to
Yeah.
like. So like, I'm excited for our match this week because we have a stacked match. It's I think it's Maryville first on Saturday, then FlyQuest, and then Wildcard.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
in my head that should be a pretty hard week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about it on the broadcast because you and Fly both have really tough weeks. 'Cause they
Who's
played
FlyQuest face?
Disguised, you, and then I think Fear was the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty decently tough week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I actually have a hot take about Cincinnati Fear. We've been talking about them on the broadcast as though they're very inconsistent.
Yes.
But here's the hot take. They are 0-2 against you, FlyQuest, Wildcard, and Disguised.
Oh, wow.
They're 2-0
Versus
against
everyone else.
everyone beneath them except Evil Geniuses. And they're 1-1 against Maryville and Evil Geniuses. So the hot take is that Cincinnati is actually very consistent because they are the gatekeepers.
Yeah,
you
they're
are
the
either
height
better or
requirement.
worse. Yeah, exactly.
You have to be this tall to be good in NACL.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the hot take.
Cincinnati Fabby.
That's the hot take right there, right? Like you got to be at least as tall
Yeah.
as Cincinnati Fear. And so that's kind of been interesting to me because did you see the tweet that Perry made about his pentakill?
Yeah, when Philip was like screeching into the mic. Yeah.
Actually, Manny, can you just go to Perry Jungle's account? Can we play this for APA?
Yes.
Or mostly
on
for
Twitter?
anybody in Twitch chat.
Yes. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
But it's kind of interesting because they kind of just run around, and even though their games are kind of all over the place, they do enough of the right things.
Is it this?
Yeah, that one.
Enough of the wrong
It is.
things.
You're gonna have to play audio
Yeah,
as
the audio is
well.
very important here.
Can you guys hear it?
No, we won't be able to, but it's just fun for the fans to hear this.
I don't know if I can get audio working
That's fine. Just
for this. I don't think the fans are going to be able to hear it.
oh, okay, that's fine.
All right, if they can't hear it,
Yeah,
there's no
that would have
point.
been something I had to know.
Go check out this tweet from Perry Jungle.
You guys can
Oh yeah, I got you.
mimic the sound yourself.
No, man, I got you.
I mean, all the teammates replied with the so
Yeah, the
like the
SpongeBob
SpongeBob.
word.
All right, Mark,
yeah.
let me know when you're going to hit play. Count me down. 3, 2, 1. We'll
I
hit play at the
got
same
you.
Is it
time.
on go or the one?
I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, go.
Go. Okay.
The synergy.
Fuck.
Most. She's like a fucking screenshot. Wait a minute. I'm trying to coordinate with Mark right now. This is not
Okay.
good.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, I'm watching. It's okay. I'm going. It's good. Okay, look at Ivan. I'll call you Charmin. Take what Ivan. No, okay, just chill. Front to back here with me. Yeah. Yep. I got him. Charmin 3. I'm going. 3, 2, 1. I have it. It's Penta for me. It's Penta. Yeah. Okay, Penta. It's Penta, guys! Please! Let's go!
Oh my god, that's amazing. Wow, Mark, that picked up really well in the microphone. Almost like we planned it that way.
That's some shit that I would do. Oh my god.
Hey, Philip is a dopamine gamer, all right?
No, Philip is.
And you got to be a fan of the dopamine gamers always.
No, when I saw that clip, I was laughing my ass off.
It's so fun. It's actually so funny.
Paris just screaming as Penta, like 2 kills deep.
Dude,
He had the Tyler 1 Logitech mic too. Oh
even like Perry's comms during that are like they're so fast. Like I just feel stressed listening to them.
Dude, my favorite part is the mid laner show. You just going like very kind of quietly. Charmin 2, Charmin 2.
He's like having serious comms. Penta.
I mean, I will say after they get that second kill, that fight is like
it's over.
Perry actually said, like I said, I looked at that. I'm like when he said it's a Penta, like it was a Penta. Like it was a Penta in a heartbeat. But oh
that
my
would never
god,
happen on TL.
even just like the comms, like the start of the fight, like how Perry's talk, it's like so fast. I'm just like I get stressed. I'm like
On TL, if anybody ever comes for a Penta, everybody else is taking that shit.
excellent. They gotta be earned. You know?
That's the spirit. You gotta fucking earn those.
You gotta earn them.
Yeah, there's a few fights this tournament so far where it's like I've gone like triple kills and everybody else is dying, so I'm like, this could be a Penta, but I refuse to say it just in case like it pops up, or else Bradley's gonna like flash choke out through somebody, or like Mira's gonna flash in somebody's head, just some shit just to spite someone.
All right.
Did you touch my foot?
No. Before we wrap up with challenges,
You gotta pay to do that.
is there anything else we wanna talk about with challengers? Anything else that you feel like is interesting, APA, or that you want to hit on, Josh?
Manny, can you pull up our hot takes last week?
The overreactions.
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember them.
I got one for you, Ian.
Sure. Whose do we want to start with? I still have them here.
Yeah.
Do we want to start with the NACL ones, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Alright.
I want to get APA's opinion.
Here's Cubby's.
That was an overreaction from last week. I'm close. It's probably 5th.
Or
Maybe.
5th or 6th.
5th, 6th, yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with us.
Maybe they make the the Cincinnati Fear run in playoffs. Though.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, they started as a 4 seed.
Geniuses getting it might be 7th.
All right, we ready to move to the next one?
Yeah.
I did not know about that.
Now that Mark no longer has a vote, the disclaimer. He can say it.
So, because it's usually the Challengers League broadcast that sits
Yeah.
down and determines. But I was like, based on what I've seen so far, you are the front runner candidate.
I think
Front runner is a strong word, but you are in the discussion for sure.
I think I'm definitely, from playing a lot of scrims and everything, I think I'm the best mid. I don't know like how every other role pans out though. So
Through the first round robin, my vote would go to Fake Cat right now. I think Fake Cat's playing really, really, really good. But you were in my top 3. Next.
That was my overreaction.
We already had this discussion off air for APA too.
Yeah, he knows. We'll move to the next one. The next one, I think they were just trying to like appeal to you like a week in advance, APA, because both Raafaa and Joushi, they just
LCS.
Yeah. I was told to give overreactions for both leagues.
you gave both in one.
Yeah, we did have LCS ones too.
Yeah.
Yeah, our LCS teams are doing really well. So
Yeah. No, they're playing really good.
2?
Yep.
Well, speaking of that,
And the 2 losses are to EG and C9, I think.
Yeah, like their losses are not to bad teams.
Mark's overreaction was EG and TL will be the finals for LCS.
Oh.
Maybe like
I did not agree with that.
That's why it's an overreaction.
Yeah, I know.
It's an overreaction.
Cubby says EG are going to Worlds.
I actually believe that.
Is that
I
an
don't think that's
overreaction?
I don't think
aren't
that's an
4
overreaction.
teams going to Worlds?
Yeah. It was
That's
after
an
week
underreaction.
1.
It's after week 1.
Well, no, I said so. It was top 3 is what I said. So like not the 4th spot, but top 3.
And then mine was
Because that's true worlds.
Alo on the trade.
I think that's the most.
It was super vindicating just watching Evil or FlyQuest still struggling with Vulcan because it's like, yeah, Bill was not the problem.
I mean, Bill was never the problem.
Yeah, but that's what the community thought.
I know.
The community's like, oh fuck.
Well, now the
give
community
us this
thinks,
winsome guy.
Yeah, now the community thinks that Winsome will solve all FlyQuest issues. Which
They
is a
just
bit
put him in, and
unfair.
he'll magically make him better.
Yeah, Vic
Yeah.
will magically be not dying to ganks.
Is
not-
it possible that the team had problems even when they were winning?
Who
No.
knows?
No.
It was Winsome. He will-
Win some more, baby.
I did have a question based on Spawn's tweet about Keel.
Okay.
Who, not including Keel, is the most underrated player in the league for NACL? NA stands for LCS, by the way.
Kim Down.
Kim Down.
I was actually about to say that.
This guy,
I've been on the Kim. I've been on Kim train.
Kim, top 2 support. I think the only
Wow.
reason I wouldn't say top 1 is because there's Zazo in the league.
Wow. Those are strong words.
Kim Down improved fast.
Yeah.
apparently.
Yep.
I think he's top 2 support. And yeah, to be honest, it's just like Zazel. Like that guy is, world semifinalist, played in LCS for however many seasons on C9.
He's always been good when he competed too.
Yeah,
Like Soul Fide, he was good.
Like that guy's just,
yeah,
that Zazel guy's just fucking good.
yeah.
But other than him, I think Kim's just the next best support.
Huh. I wouldn't go that far, but I appreciate the shout.
Who do you have in between? Out of curiosity,
Breezy?
Breezy's been good on a not great team.
Yeah.
I think he's had a couple moments, but yeah.
Manny, can
He's
you-
the first one that comes to mind. Who? Did you say Mark?
No, I was gonna say something else.
What were you gonna say?
Manny, can you toggle back and forth between the two angle shots again?
Why?
Why?
Guys, we look fucking sexy, man.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, all right. I think it's time for our next segment. So APA, you brought us this wonderful helmet.
Yes.
This is your victorious Jamsky helmet. I gotta say, I've been staring at this the entire time, knowing that at some point I'm gonna have to try it on. I don't know if we prepped anything for this, but we're calling this helmet mode. So we're all gonna put on.
That's false. You know we didn't prep anything. We prepped the helmet.
I
That's
don't
it.
think this
Thank
guy
you, Manny.
knew.
We're gonna call this helmet mode. We all have to put on the helmet and give our helmet mode take. This can be
Helmet
about
mode take.
league. This can be about challengers or LCS. Pretty much, it's like a tinfoil hat take. So it can be a dumb take. It can be conspiracy ridden. Anything. You just have to kind of argue it.
Okay.
I will go first.
Oh, okay.
Or do you want to go first?
I have one.
Yeah, go.
Put
All
on the
right.
helmet.
Yeah, go grab this.
Do I just lift it?
Yeah. Oh. Tell us how it is, Josh. Oh.
Oh.
You look like a champion.
have to look directly into the camera, or at least as best you can.
This looks like Dragon Slayer Pantheon, by the way.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Oh, I do see it's caught on your ear.
almost looks like it's
Alright, I'm looking at the camera. Which camera?
Do we have a helmet mode take?
It almost looks like it's the right size for Joshi. Almost.
Static Shift Nar is better than Triforce Nar.
Whoa.
Oh. Whoa.
Shivnar.
Static Shiv, Nashor's Tooth, Riftmaker Nar actually goes fucking insane, and it wins a lot of split pushing matchups that you do not win on Trinity Force Nar, and you actually take turrets faster. You do kind of suck as Mega Nar, but Mega Nar does in fact have an AP ratio on his ultimate, and you don't even use your abilities as Mega Nar. You actually just sit there and wall up on people because any abilities as such a massive DPS loss that you actually just auto attack as Mega Nar too. It is really, really good to get out of matchups that you don't enjoy the early laning phase on, and allows you to split in games that you can't normally. That's it.
Don't you get one shot though?
We don't talk about that. You are very vulnerable to assassins.
Manny, is there any data about Static Shivnar that we might be able to find in solo queue?
Yeah, I can look.
Yeah, might as well
Yeah,
take a peek.
look up the Riftmaker Nar. Last I checked, it had like a 70% win rate.
That's incredible.
No, admittedly, it only had like 80 games or something.
Small sample size does not diminish our narrative.
What site would I do that on?
Lolalytics is the
Oh,
one I use.
Lolalytics. Okay. I am a not a Lolalytics gamer. You guys keep talking.
All right,
while I
just
do-
look up Nar and pull up the mythics.
Mythic.
Scroll down. Scroll down.
Aha.
Riftmaker Nar. Show us Riftmaker Nar. All right, 65% win rate. Riftmaker Nar, over 34 games. I
big.
was 2 of those.
That's big. Did you win both those?
No.
Oh,
I'm
so
actually bringing it down.
okay. Interesting. Can you? Is there any other things that like we can like look into for like the Rift Maker, or?
I mean, you can see what the winning percentage of Nashor's Tooth and Static Shiv is if you scroll down. Keep going, keep going. All right, hold on. Go up a touch to where it says item 1. Item 1, Shiv, 49%.
That's big.
That doesn't
That's
suit my
big.
narrative, so we're going to keep on going. Yeah, scroll down to winning items. Yeah, and see where, see which comes up first. Static Shiv or Trinity Force.
Looks like neither of them.
Well, yeah, but keep going.
Let's scroll to the right, Manny. Use the
Yeah,
bar.
it is a slider bar.
Aha.
Wits End shows up first.
True.
Static.
Static Shiv is first. Oh shit! And by the way, for anyone who is still building Divine Sunderer on
Anybody
Nar,
building Divine Sunder, I will disown you.
Wait, actually, the
You're
Frozen
so
Heart.
fucking dog shit.
Frozen Heart Rush is by far the funniest on Nar. All right, this is actually that was actually not the worst helmet mode take ever. I like that. Good job, Josh. All right, anyone else want to go helmet mode next? Manny, you can come on the couch for this too if you want.
don't actually come on the couch though.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks for the clarification.
I didn't know if that was clear or not. Papa squat, grab a mic.
Oh wait, I have to take my glasses off.
Helmet mode, yeah. This is where we officially own the tinfoil hat territory.
It's catching on your ears too.
Yeah. Where should I sit for this?
Here.
Can you see me okay? Oh, yes, you can. Oh, kind of.
Just leaned it
All
forward.
right, what do we got? What do we got?
All right, so my tinfoil take is or my helmet take is for Dignitas LCS. All right.
Okay.
I have a theory, and my theory is that their next win will come versus Cloud9 in the second round robin because Dignitas only beats teams that have a 100% win rate or a 0% win rate. Because so far, they have beat Evil Geniuses when they were undefeated. They have beat FlyQuest when they've lost the game. And they have beat
Team Liquid.
Team Liquid when they were undefeated.
Yeah.
So,
God.
now that there is one undefeated LCS team left, my LCS not writer prophecy is that their next win will come versus the final undefeated team, Cloud9, in the second round robin.
So that means you're saying that Cloud9 is going to beat Evil Geniuses this weekend.
Yes.
That is truly a tinfoil hat take.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's literally the point. Like Jat, like it made the analyst crew laugh so much that Jat mentioned it in waiting room. He was like, our producer Manny has this like really unhinged take about Dignitas, where he thinks they can only win against teams with 0 wins or 0 losses.
But
Now,
hey, but
0-0 team.
Hold on.
Doesn't suit my narrative, so I'm not going to address it.
Hold on, but C9 lost to NRG.
Oh fuck! Wait a minute. This has ruined my take. My take is ruined. All right. I'm hot swapping. I'm pivoting my take immediately. Dignitas will not win a game for the rest of the summer. Well, actually, that's not true. That's not true. They have one more. They're going to beat FlyQuest in the second round robin because FlyQuest will also remain winless. So I've changed my tune,
All right. I respect
and it will still be more wins than they had in spring.
True, they're already better.
Yeah.
I like that.
So that is my tinfoil hat take. But Rich will make here's some. I'll make it even more extreme. Rich will be the third team All Pro top laner. He's gonna pull a Lyra or an Alfari or something because he's just the best player in the world. That's how it is. Undisputed, 100%. He's league rich. Not don't call him Hots Faker.
Yeah.
Faker's league rich. That's how it is. Anyway, Dignitas. Not as bad as you think. But also,
They're only gonna be like.
well, that's not their fault. It's not their fault that there's now only one team with 0 wins or 0 losses.
It's just the prophecy.
Cloud9
It's
should
just
have
the
beat
prophecy.
NRG. That's what it was. And you know what? Did I forget that they did? Yes, we have 15 games in a week, and that was the last one. So sometimes you forget a couple things.
Sometimes.
I mean, they also picked Yumi on 13-12, so
They did.
maybe they just wanted to lose.
Fuck Yumi.
I think
Not a
that
tinfoil hat take.
yeah, I think that read that Yumi is still good is weird.
Who's next?
Rafa's good for it.
Mark or me?
I'll have to take off your.
I don't know if I'm ready yet.
Yeah, you probably have to.
Yeah, you're gonna want the glasses too.
Yeah, I almost.
Also, be careful of your ears.
Yeah.
It does pinch.
Ian's just adapting Rafa's look. Find this man's look. Mark, do you feel like Dragon Slayer Pantheon? All right. What do we got?
Loud?
Mark, what is your tinfoil hat? I mean, helmet mode take.
Such a cursed name. I love it.
I mean, it's because Kaisa can go helmet mode. So we're just opting into going helmet mode on Bullet Angel Kaisa. It's related to the game, guys. I swear.
I need to think. I was not.
Part of this take is not thinking.
Mark, you're
Rafa's good at that.
All right, here you go. Without thinking, FlyQuest will still qualify for playoffs as the 8th best team in the league. And then we'll have a miracle run, but go to Worlds as the 4th seed from NA.
Wow.
Do they win or lose?
Against the EU teams?
Yeah,
They piss stomp on them, bro.
that would be pretty funny if we sent Fly at 4th.
Yeah.
I will say, we are running a segment related to this on LCS this week about the mathematical odds of them doing it.
Yeah.
Not high.
Is it
high.
assuming that every match, though, is a 50-50?
Yes, it's assuming every match is a 50-50.
So what you're saying is it's actually worse than your projection.
Yes, because it's probably not a 50-50.
I like that, but that is why Mark is sitting here.
Honestly,
so convinced.
for me, that's not too helmet mode.
I mean, 8 teams make playoffs, right? So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
pretty
if you
high.
can get into top 8,
What's
You only get
eighth
one
place
life, though.
wins?
If you're 7-8, you only get one life.
yes, you do only get one.
Yeah,
But
that's a big deal.
8th place, as far as I'm aware, 8th place has definitely never made finals. I think the only time that 8th place has won was last
year.
summer.
Yeah,
Was it Golden Guardians?
Golden Guardians, yeah.
Yeah. They won one best of 5.
No, I was doing research on this because I feel like the 8-man playoff is so dumb, and I was trying to like find reasons to not have 8 teams be in summer playoffs, but not the case. All right, Mark, give me that helmet. We'll have APA go last. Really?
Yeah, Mark, you better come back with your shielder on it.
Oh, it does pinch the ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I think it fits you the best out of everybody.
my head feels small and also heavy.
I couldn't see how it looked on me, but so far I think it looks like it fits the best on
That's
you.
weird because I got a big ass ear. Like I have one ear that's bigger than the other. I'm just really pinching that one.
Well, we can't see that.
All right, well, what's your helmet mode take? Is this why you wanted the Champions Queue helmet to come over, so that you could feel like you were Ian for a day?
He just wanted to wear the helmet.
I mean, I did hit Diamond 1 recently. You know, I've been feeling it in solo queue.
It's basically the same thing.
that's pretty much
I
the
mean,
same
who the
thing.
hell are you playing
I
against? Because I'm in D4 and I'm playing against Masters players on this patch for some
All right,
fucking reason.
nice.
I do.
flex,
I
man.
really want that clip at this point. I did hit Diamond 1 recently.
I did hit Diamond 1 recently in the helmet. You know.
Have you played a game in the helmet?
No.
That'd be good content, by the
That'd
way.
be really good content. Did you pitch this segment and then not
While
have
he
a helmet
thinks,
take
actually.
until?
I was waiting for the helmet
I
to
have
enter.
question. Which one? Can we get a camera on Ian? Ian, look at the middle camera, and I want you to tell us what you think of the fact that Zamuda has bought 0 control wards this split.
So I was actually talking about this with Keel on a stream. That guy has to be the most gankable player ever. Not just because of the control wards. He also doesn't drop his trinkets.
Oh,
I was looking through games, and I can't recall which game, but his first trinket drop was at 645
Oh my god.
with 0 control wards.
I would die of anxiety if I was
so he
playing.
had no wards topside. It just, yeah.
I used to
Wow.
play against Zamudo back in my amateur days, and he was like really young when he was first starting. So we've been like way back in the day, and it seems like he has not changed. He used to play on a team with Dave Mon, the Pike guy.
Dave Mon.
Yeah.
Man, that's an old.
I have my take.
All right. Time for him to go
This
H
is
mode.
truly helmet mode. All right, JoJo inspired are a top. No, I'm kidding. I think that the collapse. Oh, well, hold on. I'm going to use kinder words, not the collapse. The lessening of player salaries,
Right
and
sizing.
the collapse of the buyout market
Market correction.
will help NA talent more than what Challengers actually did, or Academy did. And that's really sad to say, but I feel like the Academy and Challenger system, obviously having all those teams was good, and it really helped like the space and helped give players a lot of jobs. But I feel like sometimes they didn't get LCS jobs because of salaries and buyouts and how they just randomly inflated for like Academy.
Yeah.
And now that everything is dropped, I think that more players will actually get shots, and that's really sad. But I feel like that's the reality. Also, I'm going to take the helmet off for this one. Insanity is a top half mid laner in the LCS, and if he gets benched, 100 Thieves should pick him up.
He's been performing.
If Quid
That's
doesn't
not
work
a
out.
helmet take for sure. So
That's
you're
why I
right
took
to
it
take
off.
It off. Yeah.
That's why I took it off. All right, return to the true champion.
Well, here's the question as APA gets ready for this. So, do you think that where do you think Jojo Pune and Armeo rank in the world? is it top 5? Is it top 3?
Bro, I've been watching way too much. I've actually been watching a lot more LCK and LPL recently. And I just watched like FPX, who are ranked like 13 in the LPL, beat Weibo last night. I was telling Ian in the car on the way over. I was like, man, like if that team played an LCS, like they're top 4, like easily. Like they played the Sejuani Braum comp with double marksman. Like they actually understood it like really well, like how to play it.
What does this have to do with Armeo and Jojo Pune? I'm hearing you dodge the question.
Well,
where would you put them in the world right now at this moment
I might
among jungle?
at least top 50, you know, at least.
At least top 50.
At least top 50.
I should have asked him while the helmet was still on. That's weak.
They're playing well. I'll give them that.
Let's go, John.
We're gonna avoid things. I've learned from my mistakes. Even now, like I was like on a Hotline League yesterday, and there was a chatter that's like, "Wait, isn't this guy the guy that said JoJo inspired are a top 5 mid jungle duo in the world? How can we trust anything he says?" Nice.
Yeah, that was me.
Weirdly
He
enough,
was on the fucking burner.
weirdly
just
enough,
kidding.
Matt, that one was also Fake God.
Huh?
Weirdly enough, that one was also Fake God.
That's crazy.
Real God.
for helmet
It's a deep
take.
cut.
Yeah, all right.
Helmet take. Whatever you want. Involving League of Legends, the League, LCS, whatever you want.
Could just be anything.
9/11.
Maybe not anything.
9/11.
Maybe not anything. I'm gonna retract that.
I mean, you could wear the helmet and say 9/11 wasn't an inside job, and that would make sense.
Nothing that could get us banned on Twitch again.
I'll just show a little wound.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
We just returned from the Twitch gulag.
I mean, I
Can't do
can.
that.
I'm staring at Mark's scar on his hand this entire episode, and it's honestly, it's a little triggering.
Yeah. Fuck you, Raafaa.
You look nearly dismembered, honestly.
What's a take? I think Twisted Fate is a very slept-on champion.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Everyone's
Yeah.
been sleeping on that champion.
I think the champ is just very strong with the current static shiv build. Maybe next patch is a little bit weaker, but I think I'm the only mid player, like pretty much in NA, and I think the champ's pretty fucking strong.
Have you told Harry about it? Is he with
Yes.
us, right?
I've talked with him about it, and of course I talked with Spawn about like all my picks.
What did Harry say?
I won't disclose that.
Okay. Does Shiv being out of the meta change that for TF? How about that?
I think Shiv helps him, but I think the champ is still just strong.
See, I agree.
What builder you go? Okay.
That might be a little bit more helmet mode, even if I do agree with you without the helmet on.
What would you go if Shiv was removed? What would the build be?
Well, so I think Lichbane second.
Yeah. RFC's a fucking bait.
No,
I
you
think
go
RFC
second.
You go RFC third though.
Yeah. I think if you go RFC second, you go into side lane, you're just a piece of shit.
You don't do any damage.
You can't wave clear and you can't fight.
Yeah.
So you're just like, sure, you have a long range stun, but you're just a piece of shit.
Yeah. Also, RFC as an item on almost every character is massive bait.
I'm an
That item
RFC
is
hater.
so fucking bad.
It sucks.
So bad. Okay, quick question. On average, how much longer do you think the time to kill increases for auto-attacking champions from PD to RFC?
I have no clue.
It takes 70% longer to kill someone if you have RFC than if you have a PD.
That is very long.
That is so fucking long. That is literally, on average, like an additional 6 seconds to kill someone. Don't build RFC. It's fucking shit. This has been
And
my
that is
podcast.
not a
Come to the
helmet
TED
take.
Talk. Yeah, it's not a helmet take. That was so bad. It feels really good though. It
does
feels
feel
so
really good.
awesome to hit someone from an extra 300 range.
So how much time do you spend polishing the helmet every day?
I've probably not worn this for the past month.
Where does the helmet sit? Does it just chill like on like a dresser or something?
On my bedroom dresser, yeah.
That's funny.
I mean, it takes up a lot of space. I will say it's a nice podcast centerpiece for us. So thank you for bringing this, and thank you for letting us all don the
course.
helmet for our helmet mode takes.
It's
That,
pretty much just been collecting dust.
unsurprisingly, I think
cool.
Josh's was the most helmet mode, but also somewhat right.
Let's go.
Was mine not the most helmet mode because it was just incorrect?
Because it was
Cloud9
like
just
Manny's
weren't
a lot.
undefeated.
yours was a shit post.
It was, but it doesn't even work anymore because fucking NRG. They still
dare
are
they?
CLG. They can only
do they
beat
think they
Cloud9.
are?
You adapted it, and it's still a shit post, and I still appreciate you for that. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Mark up too.
We have some LCS things we could talk about.
Yes, I have one
All right. Go.
question
go.
for the room.
Yes.
FlyQuest. They
FlyQuest.
started off the first round robin in spring 8-1.
Yeah.
Will they start off this round robin 1-8, or will it be
Oh
worse?
shit. Who do they have left
Who do they
to play?
face? Yeah.
Let me check.
NRG is one of the teams.
Okay.
They will be
TSM's another.
playing. I should be faster with this, but they will be playing in week 3.
Their first match is hard, and the other
They're
two are
playing
winnable.
Team Liquid, NRG, and Immortals.
Oh, okay.
Can they get a win in those 3 games?
I think they should
Yeah.
go 2-1.
Yeah, I think they go 2-1 here. But for
Well,
the sake of content,
I
I'm
think
gonna
they
say they go
should
1-8.
have not been 0
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
So,
but they
I
go
think should
2-1.
is out the window.
I think 2-1's the expectation, even with the 06 start. Even with the 06
For
start.
the content, though, I will say they go 1-8.
They got to invert it. They got to flip it.
Yeah,
Bring
there you
Winston
go.
back.
Here's the interesting thing. Just scenario: if they start 09 and you feel like there has to be a change to be a change, what is the change?
Oh,
Ooh, Vulcan to challengers.
I have an opinion on
Take
this,
Winston.
which is I think is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Which
what
is?
going to happen?
It's what you do in traditional sports when
You fire the coach.
exactly when your team members are too good and are being paid too much to justify like benching one of them. You fire the coach, and I think
Because
that would be my prediction.
you cannot change impact, especially
Yeah.
like Faisal's not even here, and like that's just not happening.
Yeah.
I don't think you can change Vikla, even if Vikla has been not playing well. I think you have to live with that and hope it gets better.
Yeah.
Is UG considered an import?
Yes,
So he can't go up?
he cannot go up unless they were to do 2.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to play Yuji, you would also have to play Masu.
Firex or
Or yeah, I think Masu counts as
Yeah,
a minor
you
region.
can't play Masu over Prince. That just doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Well, that's the problem. The names are too big. You have
Yeah.
to fire the coach.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
I find it fascinating. Like my theory, again, if things are that terrible, go get Insanity. Just go give TSM a little bit of more LPL, like moving money, and just like go throw them like a 5 or 10K.
Well, it's had a pretty good track record this split because 100 Thieves fired Koss and they ripped off like 6 wins in a row or something.
Yep.
Then TL fired Marin and they're doing well. And now FlyQuest, you're next up.
I actually think they're gonna go 2-7, but we'll see. For me, the weirdest part about FlyQuest is that from everything I've heard, they're still doing fine in scrims. Like team environment, I don't hear like anything that like, you know, is brutally bad. Like it's just like standard team stuff, you know? Like team's not winning, so like, you know, things aren't as fun, but like it's all standard. Like they're still motivated. I know they're playing more blocks. Like they're practicing hard. Like things are fine. It's just like kind of a mystery. And I hope they get more wins because I feel like they are a competitive team that we could send internationally, but they aren't playing like it. And they need to start playing like it on stage.
Speaking of mysteries, Ruby is in.
He's in?
He's in.
Confirmed?
Yes.
Fuck that.
For next split? Or for next week?
For this week, yeah.
I mean, it's so tough because, like...
That's public.
Can you sub in Insanity, like, on day 2 or no?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, they could.
But, like, for me, Insanity's done nothing wrong. For me, Insanity's been a top half mid laner. And for me, also, Insanity has a massive pool. I think their meta reads have been good. Like, I like the Graves with the Maokai pairing a lot, actually. I think it really helps shore up some of Maokai's weaknesses early. And also, you can combo early because Maokai's filthy champion at level 3. Why? I just, like... Someone should go get Insanity, for real. Like, I think 100 Thieves, like, if they're still having mid problems, just go get Insanity. Like, I think Insanity actually upgrades a few of the teams we have in the league right now. And if TSM aren't going to play them, then go get them.
It's just so ridiculous how many times teams are going to overlook.
Well, I get starting Ruby when you have him promise the spot.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Why? Yeah, like why is this the scenario?
Yeah. They're like, why is it at the beginning of the season that orgs think it just shows that they don't like watch challengers or they don't look at any of the VoDs, the tape of these players, or maybe they do and they think no, it's not worth to pick them up. And I just think. I don't know what orgs think they're going to get when they import a player. Like, one single player doesn't just magically change, like, a circumstance for you.
It can.
I mean,
If they're really good, it can.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like...
They don't even have to be that good. They just have to fit the team.
Yeah. It's just... All this risk, every single time that an import player situation happens up, it's like... Do they know that they're going to have to deal with visa issues probably? And they're going to have to deal with X, Y, and Z. And like this to them is all worth it versus just looking at a native player, a domestic player that is going to be there day one and work their ass off.
As potentially one of the next people on the list who would be called up, what are your thoughts on that? Why should they take you over an import? Obviously, you know, if they have the import slots.
Do you want like a meme answer or a real answer?
Either.
Meme answer is because I'm probably cheaper.
Fair, true. I mean, that's a real answer too, though. Like, unironically.
I mean, real answer is I feel like it's hard to compare. In all honesty, like Eastern. I mean, I guess Ruby's not considered Eastern, but like most imports are Eastern. It's like hard to compare, and then they're generally seen through like a higher lens than just like talent. So I don't know. To me, it's just hard to compare. It's just a case by case. Like, I think Ruby Insanity case, I feel like Insanity should be the starter, but it happens.
I mean, as long as we're doing tired traditional sports analogies, right? Like, this is kind of the case of where, like, in the NFL, your starter goes down before the start of the season. We're going to ignore the specifics of it, right? But then you have a backup playing and he wins a million games. You know, there's, like, the odds, like, you know, most of the way into the season, you throw in the starter to keep the backup who's just winning.
That's what the 49ers are doing with this year in football. Because they had that third string QB, the Iowa State kid, Brock Purdy. Yeah, he stepped in, and now they're Trey Lance. They're the person they traded up in the draft for. He got he tore an ACL like the first game of the season, second game of the season.
Yeah.
He was just out for the entire season. They're like, he has to earn his starting job back. So even though he was like he wasn't even good in college, but he's like a fucking athlete. So they're like, this guy's going to be good in the NFL. Like, he's got to actually fight for his spot now because Purdy was so good. And so many QBs for the 49ers got hurt in the playoffs. The NFL actually changed the rules. You're now able to have an emergency QB as like a 56th or 7th man.
57th, yeah.
Yeah, 57th man in case you have too many QBs get hurt because they were playing a wide receiver at QB pretty much.
Damn.
Because
That's
like
insane.
yeah, they had 2 QBs go down during the season, and then they had 2 more QBs go down in the playoff game, the same game.
Shit.
It was brutal.
That's crazy.
Unlucky.
Fun football stuff. Anyway, that is curious. I would love to see Insanity get picked up by a team in the LCS that's struggling in the second round robin.
Yeah.
If TSM's not going to play him.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, if TSM aren't going to do it, like, please.
Go trade for him.
Give him someone else. Like,
Go trade for him.
let him play. I mean, he's looked
He's
top
been fine.
half.
Yeah, no, he's been like middle of the pack at like in some game like 6 games. He's been middle of the pack to upper middle of the pack. So that's great. And obviously you played against him quite a bit in challengers, and like you know what he's like. You named him as your main competition.
He was
yeah
like a challenge to lane against.
yeah, he's good. So yeah, I hope.
You
to see him
remember
play.
the best quote that Insanity had last year about M&S?
Oh, the caffeine.
I think he's letting me hit him so that so that I can't hit the minions.
I've realized this about Insanity. This was something that either he didn't show or we did a bad job of expressing in his first LCS stint, but he is like such a troll.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
no, he's-
crazy meme lord.
He says like unhinged things.
I
and it's
kept
so fun.
I told you guys like if you have TSM and Dig playing against each other, just sit him and Diamond down in the same room. You'll get something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's possible.
That'd be awesome. Just lock like 3 players in a room, put cameras on them, and don't give them any instructions. Leave them there for an hour, and they'll just be like, "So, are we supposed to try and get out, or what?"
Manny, are you writing this down? This
Yes,
is a good,
I'm
that's a good
writing it
idea.
down. I'm writing it down. All right, another question for you guys. Quid after 1 week, how do you feel?
Shit.
Sus.
Not good.
But
Seems
you
like
should
we're
not.
doing it.
You should not give him at least 1 more week. You
Yeah.
have to. That's yeah. But he was not good.
Okay, actually, on the content idea, you just get 4 players or 5 players. And you just get a team and you make them do an escape room.
Without telling him, like in the studio.
In the studio, I
That
mean,
would be crazy.
there
I'd be
is
down
an
to just take them to an
idea
escape room.
in the pipeline that is not that, but not incredibly dissimilar to that either.
Ooh, I'm excited.
That's as much as I can say.
Anyway,
I don't think that
mid.
Quid guy's not, or he's not looked that good.
No, he's not playing. He got solo killed by Balulu's Azir, and I watched that firsthand how Balulu's Azir played out team fights, and it was not great Azir play in the team
That was the
fights.
skinniest Azirald I've seen in my life.
Maybe it's just like stage nerves though.
Yeah, I mean, again,
But
like he
didn't
just
go
got
from
here.
the Challengers League in what, Korea, right?
He was on Gen G Challengers.
Do they have stage time over there?
Yes, but it's a no audience, small stage.
So like,
Yeah.
it could be like stage nerves. I remember when I went up for like CELO,
Yeah.
like my first series, I had a little bit of stage nerves.
Yeah.
Could be stuff like that.
I mean, anyone calling for his head, it's like he just got here. He's been playing with the team for not that much time. Give him time, but also, yeah, he didn't look good. Like, there's no getting around that. So, I think you at least give him another week, and if things go terrible for 100 Thieves, you can just play Coach Nuke Duck, who looked like he at least wasn't too much of a liability playing champs that he used to historically be okay at that are in the meta right now. And he's been playing a lot of. He was in CQ, actually playing quite a bit, and I guess he still plays a lot of the game as a coach too.
Yeah.
So
Best
crucially-
Fizz player in the world.
Crucially, we got our Cubby pitched Quid game segment out of the way while we could
yep.
Nice.
before they lost.
All of their games.
I mean that was an easy one, man.
Yeah, Quid game.
Yeah, Quid game.
It's fun.
Is it time for?
Most LA thing. Any other LCS stuff we want to talk about before we get to most LA thing?
I mean, I know I memed about EG and TL being in finals, but I think genuinely one of those teams will be playing against Cloud9 in the finals at this rate.
So you over Golden Guardians, who you power ranked second.
I power ranked them first.
Or yeah, we power
That was my hot take at the beginning of the summer.
I have a question, Raafaa. Do you consider losers finals?
finals weekend versus grand finals.
Oh well, I meant like
Because like those three teams can all appear in finals.
True.
You consider losers finals a part of finals.
you know what? Yeah, and therefore like I think it would be those three teams.
So they will make it to finals weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
All
right.
That there is also the possibility that the Team Liquid LCS team does worse in best of fives, and they're just really strong in best of ones right now.
I think for me, I always favor teams that play aggressive early game in best of series because they can go for more shit.
That's fair.
So I feel like they're playing really well actually early.
I just think that Golden Guardians historically in best of series have been far more impressive than their best of one record.
Mark, you can attest to this. I have thought that Golden Guardians, even during their great run of playoffs, have been overrated as fuck the entire time and just overperformed to hell.
I think that Gore guy's really
He's pretty good, but like that was the best we've seen Licorice play in years.
Yes.
Over like 2 series.
Yeah, but
He's
also
still playing pretty well.
Licorice
Yeah.
is playing real like he's
Licorice
playing
and-
really well.
Above average. He's still playing better than he was, but during like last split, he was not playing very well.
No,
I
he
think
was not playing good in regular
Huhi is the most overrated player I've seen ever.
Interesting.
Yeah, Huhi is middle of the pack.
All I'm saying is 100 Thieves without him hasn't been so hot.
Yeah, but it's not because of him. It's because they fucking tried to go, hey, let's try this double of Bjergsen thing again, and then have been scrambling ever since.
I'm a Huhi guy. I like
Yeah,
him.
Huhi is crazy overrated. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's just middle of the pack, and everyone's like, this guy is the savior of NA.
Well, he's a really nice guy.
He is.
And
love him as a person.
Everyone likes him.
Yeah, I like him.
I think he's
overrated.
a decent I think he's a support that should be playing in the league.
I agree.
I think the strength of Golden Guardians so far is been River and actually Licorice in the top side. Licorice for me has been a top 3 top laner. In the league so far in the first 6 games.
Yeah,
He's been really solid.
I will say, as someone who occasionally listens in on team comms, a lot of their decisions they make in game, Huhi is a major voice. Let's put it that way.
I think they make good decisions in game
Yeah.
for the most part. I think GG's been pretty good about
Intangibles, Josh. I'm gonna hit you with the cop out intangibles
Nice.
word.
that.
Nice.
But yeah.
I don't think he's bad. It's just that he's not.
Yeah, you're just saying he's overrated.
Yeah,
That's
he's
fine.
crazy overrated.
Okay.
Just like Jensen. Jensen's been overrated for years. I think Huhi might be the next Jensen. But anyway. Parade over. Wooer, you can turn back in. Wooer, you can turn back in now that I've...
Okay.
Yeah. Is it most LA thing now? Do you have a good one, Mark? You want to start us off?
No, I'm saving mine.
I have a funny Mark story. I don't know if it's the most LA thing.
Oh. All right. Well, I can get rid of it.
Okay. We went to Irvine recently because there was a Japanese-Italian fusion place that I really wanted to try called Ini Ristorante, and it was really good, first off. Afterwards, we went to the Irvine Spectrum, and if you've never been there, there's a big Ferris wheel at the Irvine Spectrum. Okay. And so me, Mark, and another friend are walking out of Nordstrom, and there's this like 5-year-old girl right in front of us and her mom. And the little girl goes, "Whoa, I want to ride that one." So I turn to our other friend and go, "That's Mark." Then Mark gets off his phone, looks up and goes, "Whoa."
This is in reference to the giant Ferris
To the
wheel
Ferris
that is,
wheel,
like,
yeah. I've been telling Mark ever since, like, I make fun of you partly because I'm a little jealous because I will never be as happy as Mark looking at a Ferris wheel. Like, it is remarkable how wholesome Mark really is. Anyway, I don't know if that's the most LA thing, but it was a good story.
Most Irvine thing of the week.
Most Irvine thing.
All right. Who's going first?
Not me. I got to think of one because I don't have one that's popping up
God.
in my mind.
I'll be honest. I've gone to my apartment, the TL office, and here
Nice.
in the past probably month.
Yeah, getting APA out of the house.
I play way too much solo queue.
How many games you had so far this season?
Close to 1,200.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Holy shit.
That's a lot. I've clocked 65.
Nice.
I've played like 120.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's just shy of 1,200. If you actually count Champs Queue game, it's probably over that because I put
Yeah.
like 100 champs Q game. But
Are you leading? You don't know the LCS team, but you're leading your challengers team.
yeah, I'm unsure. Like I don't know if they play on different counts or
Yeah.
I'd imagine I have the most, but I know a lot of them do also grind. Like
Yeah.
when I'm leaving the office at like 1, 2 a.m., generally a lot of time Core and Yon are there.
Yeah.
So they probably have a lot as well. I also don't know the European accounts. So like
Oh yeah.
probably a lot of games that I
Yeah.
have no clue about.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on with the European accounts? Are people playing on Europe right now?
When they had a US bootcamp.
Yeah, they boot camps.
Okay.
So like I don't know if they
I
got Challenger or
understand.
not, but
Yeah, Yon is watching Yon's game count in Korea was honestly like impressive to the point where I was like I felt bad for the guy.
yeah, like I just don't know how many they have.
It's like take a break, man. Go watch a World Cup game. But no, yeah, you got some spammers in the house.
But yeah,
but
I
that's
definitely have
pretty
the most on our Challengers team.
That's a lot. Let's see. Most LA thing. What do we got? You
Have I
guys wanna
talked
kick
about
off?
the burning trash can yet?
No.
No, go for it.
Oh God. Well, you guys do this first because I have a visual aid for this. So someone go before me.
All right. So, I had some family in town, and so I went like to go have brunch with them over in it's like Silver Lake area, and once again, I fucking hate parking. Just putting it out there.
Damn, that takes us back to the first podcast.
It's a hot take.
I
Never heard anyone complain about parking.
Real quick. Someone was in the middle of giving me a parking ticket and let me drive away.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true. We were together. for
Yeah.
that.
Poor our friend unfortunately bit the dust.
Rip Coco.
Yeah.
Coco.
I asked if we could park here or not, and he said sure. So
ooh.
but it was the person I described earlier as an overweight person driving a Prius that was writing me a ticket, and he's like, take it away. What did he say, Manny? Like, you can move it.
Yeah, it was like I don't remember exactly.
It was so condescending.
It was very condescending. I was like,
All right, what do you got, Mark?
Anyway, the most LA thing is not actually me spending 20 minutes trying to find one fucking parking spot, and I have to go all the way down like this sketch like freeway area. The weird thing was me after brunch walking back to the car, and like there's already kind of like, you know, some homeless camps over on that area. So like I'm gonna have to be careful, you know, just in case they ask me for something. But it wasn't even, it was before that where I was like walking past like the brunch restaurant and some guy was just chilling on a chair. And he's like, dude, The Rock is so back, man. I'm like, I'm sorry?
Rock?
The Rock is back in Echo Park. He is so back.
Nice.
And I was like, dude, that's fucking crazy, man. And then I just kept on walking. And he's like, dude, you got to go to Echo Park. The Rock, he's waiting. Everyone is going to be there, man. You got to check it out. And at this point, I'm already walked past it.
what's he cooking?
Couldn't smell it. That was the problem.
Yeah. But it was just weird. I was like, are you talking to me? Like, kind of thing. And it's just like, The Rock is so back. I'm like,
He's like excited.
yeah, he was super
He's
excited.
so excited to share his information
Yeah.
about The Rock.
The Rock, man, at Echo Park.
I'm ready for mine.
All right.
A second. So, unfortunately for the podcast, but very fortunately for me, I have since moved from South Central to somewhere way further north. So my stories from here on out are not going to be nearly as good. I have a couple banked. This is one of them.
Okay.
But just a heads up, in the future they'll be more boring, and this one is old news. I was returning from LCS, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and I walked out in front of my house, and it was trash day, and you know there's still cans, like trash cans, just like scattered on the street, and I rocked up to my neighbor's house in front the car in front of my neighbor's house. So I was gonna pull into the driveway to find this.
Ooh.
So they seemingly set their trash can on fire for reasons unknown to me. and I never really found out why. I think it's still there. It's not in the street. It's on that little like patch of grass you can see in the background, and I don't know why. It's just kind of chilling there, and they set it on fire. So
Wow.
that was
That's pretty good.
was an interesting one. That's my quick hit most other thing of the week is the burning trash can.
Trying to think if there's been anything. Because technically I was on the podcast last week, but I didn't do anything, and I didn't share a story. Have I done anything in the past month?
His most LA thing of the week was sleeping through the podcast last week.
My mother was in town. She visited for the first time.
I did meet Matt's mom.
Mark did as well. We went to a nice pasta place where we paid $25 for a plate of pasta that had 10 noodles on it.
Like actually 10?
Yeah, like we counted them up. And it wasn't like ravioli. It was like, they were like yay big. They were stuffed, but 10.
Get shit on.
Oh, I did pay $25 for fucking stir fry or fried rice.
That's a lot. Was it good?
Well, it was okay. It was like, why am I paying $25 for this?
I feel like I had something else that was pretty hilariously LA, but bad.
I don't know. We're kind of just like in season, so
Dude,
don't go out.
I've got to say, in season, this is our one day where we don't have any League of Legends playing, and I've been spamming VoDs. Like, I feel like I've entered like a fucking time vortex.
Yeah. Oh yeah, how was your time on LCS?
It was fine.
You were casting with Gabby, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, how was that?
that was good. I mean, it's always fun to be a part of LCS. The smoothie skit was goofy. We had a short turnaround, so
Nice.
pace your time helped me out a lot with that. But I felt like the teams that were up in the 2 games I casted did not end up winning those games. And
Unlucky.
yeah, Turtle like didn't flash in a fight, and they just walked forward into Aphelios and got Penta killed.
Oops.
And then Balulu and IMT, they had like a 4K gold lead on Emilio Jinx's ear, and then just kept on running into poke damage and dying. And Busio had a nice flank, but yeah. LCS has been so busy, by the way, that superstar LCS producer Manny has had his laptop out and been on Slack to chase down content because the turnaround's so
chasing
fast.
down pros.
Yeah, the turnaround's so fast.
Analysts all day long. We have the 1 day production
brutal.
between our story meetings and the start of games is brutal. Every week is a super week. We're winning on Wednesdays, guys. It's great.
I will. The other small LA thing is that I'm planning on going on a hike tomorrow, and me and the individual that I'm hiking with, we are considering whether or not we can hike there given parking, which is never a problem that I've had before.
Who are you going with?
I'm thinking about a hike. My friend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is Mark gonna have to pay me $5 over this friend?
No.
No?
It's a hike.
Oh.
Wow.
I was just saying, hiking hasn't stopped me.
Nice.
Nice. Anyway,
You find like a nice bush or like
find somewhere else.
Nice.
Or you go at a time when other people are not gonna be there. Although that's a little bit sketchier because it tends to be darker.
is it for the view?
It can be.
Or is it to save the environment?
We're gonna go with that one.
We love nature.
Yeah, we love nature.
Oh, do you like fertilize after or something?
Jesus.
Jesus
That's just taking a dump, man. But I like how APA laughed at the like considering whether or not there's enough parking when going hiking.
Yeah, it's
That
funny.
No,
that is
it's
actually
like-
a pretty LA thing.
Like, if I want to go hiking, either in Maryville, you can just, because there's a whole bunch of courses
Yeah.
or trails around the campus. And then where I'm from in Ohio, you can just like walk to the park. That's 5 minutes from, 5-10 minutes from my house. And there's a whole bunch of trails. I've never had to worry about parking for hiking.
By the way, Raz, if you're watching this, you're on my shit list this week. Send me your assets, god damn it.
All right. Well, with that said, actually, APA, one of the few returning guests that we've had, because everyone hates us. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
I have a nice
Fuck you
little.
guys.
We do have a nice little tradition at the podcast of a little post-podcast Mario Party.
Oh.
which I believe we are partaking in hopefully tonight.
Yeah, I'm done.
I still remember last time you picked Bowser and rolled all 1s and then all 10s.
Yep. I rolled the 1s when I need the 10s, and I rolled the 10s when I needed the 1s.
Yeah, it was tough. So we're going to have to do that. I will say...
It was tough, but he still did better.
The game just decided that Matt got to win. Our
Yeah.
game.
Yes.
I was
it
about to say...
a scam.
No, so
was
the
a scam.
last Mario Party game that we played, it was last week after the podcast, and I was in 3rd place, and they gave me a golden pipe.
On the map, you could get up to 3 stars.
In the last few turns.
He was also
You got
like
3 stars for 15 coins.
he was also tied in the amount of stars he had with
Yeah.
me and I think you, Josh.
No,
No, it was Mark.
It was me
Because
and
I
Mark.
randomly
he just had
got
less
a star
coins.
by stepping on the right space. Right, that was
He
why
just-
I was ahead.
Yeah, he just had fewer
Oh,
coins. Than
okay.
everyone else, and it
Since
just
Bradley's
won
in the
it.
chat, Bradley's Mario Party experience was by far the funniest Mario
He
Party
actually did tell me
experience.
to ask you about that. So
Okay.
what happened there?
So we broke out Raafaa's version of Mario Party, which is more of a classic.
Yeah.
So that's like where the dice blocks like 1 through 10. And Bradley opens up the game, and there was one spot in the game where you could get how many stars?
You could steal 1 star from each other player.
You could steal 1 star from every other player for 150 coins. So we're playing 10-turn Mario Party, and Bradley's like, I'm going to save up all my money to do this on the final turn. Or what we would expect to be the final turn. So he's like opting to not buy stars. He's not buying any items. And he's like, I'm just going to steal it from everyone in the last turn.
Now,
Now,
it would have put him with the most stars before hit bonus stars.
it gets to the last turn. He's rolling last. And he has a, like,
the day-night cycle.
he has an
night.
item. Well, he had an item that would have allowed for him to roll enough, most likely, to land on the spot that would have allowed for him to do this, right? The turn before, I land on an event space that turns it from night to day. And it would have had to be night for him to hit this spot. So he goes past it on the final turn. It would have won him the game.
No way.
And it's like, sorry, this isn't like active during day. And it was all like, no, what the? It's like we were like all like rooting for him at this point.
Yeah.
To like, we make it happen, man.
Because it's so for like specific details, the map is like a witch or haunted area land, and so during the day when you pass by this circle, it's a picture of a boo, but nothing happens. But at nighttime, the boo comes out alive because he changed it to day.
Literally the last
Cucked
like
him.
yeah, I did. I don't know which Mario Party it was. I think it was like 6.
Well,
5 or 6.
it's Super Mario Party, and that map is from Mario Party 2.
Okay, that one's from 2. Yeah, because the game that Mark has, it's 1 through 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Bradley is the only player to have done worse than Manny.
This is true.
my
Now,
favorite.
that said, Manny's friend Mary, who was our temporary producer, is the only player that has fucking wiped the floor with
She
the rest of us.
fucking destroyed us.
She had 5 stars. The rest of us had a combined 2.
I think it was a combined 1.
Was it 1?
It was brutal.
bad. It was the worst schlacking I've ever seen.
We're just sitting here on the couch like fucking depressed, pretty much. It was fun though. All right. All right. Well, let's wrap up, clean up, so we can play some Mario Party and get APA home. APA, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course.
Any thank you, shout outs, or anything else you want to say before we wrap on up?
This is your time to say a slur. Get us banned again.
Aw.
Jesus.
Aw.
It's the back half of the episode.
Just shout out to Team Liquid, obviously. Shout out to my family and friends. And then shout out to the fans.
Huge. Easy.
Shout out to Honda.
And the sponsors. Yeah, we appreciate the sponsors. We'll cover that too. But thanks for wearing your TL gear. You got to cover. Thanks for bringing the helmet. Thanks for bringing yourself. That was fun. Good episode of Race Again, guys. Pizza was good. Times were good.
Actually, I have one more question, and it's a spicy one. 2024, you get to join an LCS team of your choice. All the rosters are the same, but you get to replace one mid laner. Which team would you join? You don't have to give your reasoning. Just
I'll give a reasoning and a team. TL, because they have a monster fridge, and I abuse that. I abuse the monster fridge for sure.
So you just don't want to lose access to the Monster Fridge.
Now-
you're like, I love you, Harry,
If
but
I
you gotta
go-
go if
if
I'm
I
gonna
go
keep this
to a-
Monster Fridge.
If I go to an LCS team and I don't have free caffeine, that's gonna suck.
Now,
But if I stay TL, I get access to the monster fridge still.
that is a sponsor plug right there. Well done. All right, thanks so much for joining us for this episode, guys. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Recommend YouTube just get the video for this one. It's been episode 14 with APA. Thanks so much for joining us again, and we'll see you guys next week, 8 p.m. Pacific on Tuesday at twitch.tv/CubbyXX.
We're out of the gulag.
Out of the gulag, yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving.